pressurized so they can breathe. Because it's pressurized, it's going to float like a balloon or like a ball. So what they do instead is they have to weigh the astronauts down, and they add weights to the suit, the legs and the arms and the back, and they balance it out to where it's neutrally buoyant, which means it floats in the middle of the pool. It doesn't sink and it doesn't float up. It stays right in the middle of the pool. And it's kind of hard to see what's happening. But you can see the foot of an astronaut right there. So, and the part of the backpack. And
just telling them that this is happening live?
Yes, it is happening live right now. And they're in part of the space station. Looks like they're practicing coming out of the airlock. I'm not really sure what they're doing. It's hard to tell. But the astronaut is upside down, and you can see the feet and the legs of the astronaut there in a very small space. It's not one of the best shots, but it's the only thing I've got at the moment. Let me go back and see if this is any better. No. You can see the helmet there and the hands. You see the hand of the astronaut? You can see it moving around right there, right at the edge of that circle. So they're upside down in this space, and then they're practicing. They practice repairs, they practice moving around, they practice everything. It's kind of like a dance. Has anybody in the room ever had to learn a dance before? No? Nobody likes to dance. If you've ever had to learn a dance, you do the same movements over and over again, and you practice them until you have it right. What about learning a sport? Anybody have to learn to play an instrument, or learn to throw a ball, or to catch a ball, to kick a ball? Anybody? Yeah, okay. All right, so you practice. You do it over and over again until you don't have to think about it. You just do it, and you're good at it. Well, that's what the astronauts do. They practice in the pool over and over again until they know exactly what they need to do. They're comfortable, they're not nervous, they're not scared, and they just go up in space and they do it. It's that simple. Now, they do get a little nervous because when you go out for the first time, you're looking down at your Earth, at the world, and you're just holding on with one hand in a tether. You know, so they do get a little nervous, and they'll tell you that it's very overwhelming and it makes them a little nervous. But then once they get started in their job and they start doing the repairs, they say it's just like what they did inside the pool. Exactly the same. Any other questions? Good question. If just a small number of them are broken and damaged, it's okay. We don't have to have all of the solar panels working at full capacity. However, if many of them are damaged, they would probably do a spacewalk to fix it if NASA thought it was fixable. If it wasn't fixable, then they start thinking about what systems on the space station would they power down? What can they live without? Obviously, you need your air and you need your water, and there's many computers on the space station you need to run. So they would look at that, like, can they live with less power? Do they need to eliminate and not use things on the space station to save power? And if that wasn't good enough, if it was a really bad situation, then they would come home. They always want to make sure the astronauts are safe. So if they're worried at any moment that their lives are at risk, then they will come home.
Okay, why do you choose why did you choose
Good question. The spacesuit, let me see. I'm going to do some weight conversion for you.